And all right, can you please ask that question again so it can be captured in the recording? We
Okay,
started
sir.
the class now.
Yep. On my MacBook,
Yeah.
whenever I try to take away the the virtual
Machine
machine here
out
from
of
the
your
virtual
virtual
box,
box, right?
yeah, how can I take it out completely? Because
Oh,
when I do that, I do see that I still have some left over on the dashboard, but it will just write minus, but you still see them because I installed I installed even the virtual box and I installed everything. By the time I now download another Oracle virtual box to by the time I now download another Oracle virtual box to it, I seeing those things coming back.
okay, sir.
Yeah,
Can we all see my desktop right now with my
yeah,
mouse dancing?
yeah.
So I want to power my virtual box now. Can we all see my virtual box?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now look at where my mouse is at the left hand side. I have
Yeah,
item server and I have practice server. These are the two virtual machines I
yes.
have. Should you have any reason to delete one, you right click, you say remove,
Okay,
you say delete all files.
okay.
If you delete all files, there will not be traces left.
All right. Okay,
So that's how to do it, sir. Delete all
okay.
files.
Thank you, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
hope every one of us has copied that now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone. You're welcome to class. And today we are going to spend 1 hour on terms and terminologies, and we use another 1 hour thereabout to continue the class where we stopped. Now, there's a reason why I want to do this. I'm going to share this note with us once the class is over, because I promised that person that wanted class notes that I'm going to prepare one. This is quite comprehensive, and I'm not sure you'll see this somewhere else, because most trainers try to hide knowledge, so you don't go out and begin to expose it to other persons. But it is not uh, a secret; it is an open secret. Because if you're in class, you can form your own class note and share it with whoever you want to share it with. So there's a reason why I decided to do this today. I know we've talked about some of these things, but I just want to be sure that we are all clear on these terminologies. The last person that spoke now, I observed that same from the person, how we are mixing terminologies together. So something I read a tweet, I think last week, the house, one of the house committee members on ICT, someone was asked to come and make presentation on ICT to them, and the person was suggesting that the federal government moves data to cloud, and that by that means all the issue of office, one office got burned, and they are looking for files, uh, one animal swallow papers and documents and evidences, it will become something of the past, right? And then one of the senators objected. I said, "How do you mean cloud? What if it is raining? What if the cloud got bad? How will are we going to leave every document in cloud?" I mean, it was quite embarrassing for a senator that was nominated as member of the ICT committee not to know what cloud is. So that is why I want to do this properly. So in the next 1 hour, I'd like you to quite be attentive and please take notes if you wish. But after the class, I'll still share this with us. The reason is that after this class, when any one of us is asking question, I expect that we'll be using the right diction, the right terminology. Can we all hear me, please? Can you all hear me?
Yes.
All right. Thank you
Yes.
so much. So let's begin with network. It consists of two or more computers that you link together in order for them to share resources. All right. So in your office, or if you are a sole proprietorship or an entrepreneur, you have an office, you have computer at office A, say the sales computer, you have another computer in your own office as the manager. When you link them together, what you have done is you have networked them. So that's what you mean simply by network. Two or more computers. And it can be as big as computers in Nigeria communicating with computers in Cameroon, communicating with computers in Ghana, or communicating with computers in US or Germany or anywhere. All right. By computer, it can also be your handheld devices. You network them. All right. That's one. Server now. Server is a piece of computer hardware or software. All right. So the one you installed in your virtual box is actually a software. All right. And that is the beautiful thing about virtualization. Okay. For those of us that have IT background, we know what we normally call server room. There's always a device there that we call the server, usually a computer as well, or another specially designed console. Okay. And what it provides is it helps to provide special service to other computers. It could be storing, it could be fax, it could be hosting software, it could be file storage, it could be sharing, it could be messaging, right? So that's server. So that person that said that day that just call all of them computer. So from this moment henceforth, I wouldn't want to hear we are calling everything computer. Let us use the right words so that when you speak in your office or at the point of interview, they know that okay, this person has an appreciable knowledge of what he's talking about. Okay, there's a way you convert with somebody in a field, and it will look as though you have been in the field for years. Okay, for me, when you're discussing with me, either in oil and gas or ICT, your choice of words tells me for how long you've been operating. All right. So you have workstation. If you have server, then you have workstations. They are also traditionally they are desktop, they are hardwares traditionally, but now you also now have workstations in form of softwares like virtualizations, right? So you said they consist of computer, keyboard, but these days they can be devices as handheld devices as your phone, your iPad. All right, these are workstations, like the name implies, where you do many things. Okay. Now we have a local area network, LAN, and I've mentioned this in class before. And for the sake of those that have not had it before, is a network that is confined to a relatively small area. So for those that have the capacity in their home or for small businesses, you join like 2 to 3 computers together, they are able to communicate. What you have just created is a what? Is a local area network. And then the big component of LAN is one wide area network. All right. It connects computer in larger geographical areas. Let's say Lagos State in Nigeria, or even the whole world. All right. Okay, I know we've talked about this also, small office or home office. It refers to a small business that is often run out of small offices or even homes. And it can either be virtual or physical. So as I gave the instance in local area network supports Soho. Soho is small office, home office. Okay, so let me give you an instance now. Like, say you have, let's say you have a business center where you run a small cafe, about 5 system. That's like a Soho, all right? Soho networks are small local area networks. Typically, Soho consists of less than 10 computers. Network services like DNS, DNM is domain
Domain
name
name services.
server. Someone is trying to come in. Okay. Email web server are typically outside Soho network. All right. Let me see if I can magnify this. Are we all seeing this picture?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I want to hear people. Please give me feedback. Give me feedback. Let me know you're following. Are we all seeing this picture?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Okay. So this is a wired Soho. You know, I said Soho could also be virtual and it could also be physical. All right. This is a wired Soho. You have from, say, this thing that looks like cloud here, the internet, then a router, and then your network. Your network. This is a workstation. This is a printer. Another workstation. This workstation is a desktop. This workstation is a laptop. This workstation is a desktop, and they are all wired workstations. Wired means that they are connected via LAN cables or Ethernet cables. We're going to get there as well. This is a router. You want to know what a router is? Just follow this class patiently. We're going to get there as well. So here you will not be seeing things like DNS server, web server here because this is typically for a small place. Maybe this could be like somebody's house, all right? And it could be a small office, all right? Now this is a Soho with firewall. The difference here is from the internet, from cloud, it passes through a firewall before it enters the router, right? Firewall, what we're also going to get there is a form of protection, okay? And then the Soho here is, the another difference with the Soho here is when the router, after the router is the switch router, these things you are hearing now. If you are a non-IT person, just be patient. I have it explained in this class notes, so we're going to get there. All right. So from here, the router, it comes to the switch. Switch distributes it to all workstations, wired workstations. All right. From the switch, you can also go to a WAP, wireless access point, where it can go to other workstations wireless. So you use Wi-Fi to connect. That is what a SOHO is. It refers to a network of a small office. All right, it's typically cheap. Okay, you have
Okay, Mr. Femi,
enterprise.
before
Okay,
you go, I
all
want
right.
to ask you. Let me go back to the
Please.
Soho with wireless.
Okay,
So WAP,
can you speak up, please?
um,
Yes.
this WAP device, is it another router or is a device different from switch?
Okay, so WAP is a form of router as well. WAP is a form of router. You know, we said network is connection of two or more computers, right? This is a network here.
Wireless.
This is a network here. And what does router help you to do? Connection between two what? Two networks. All right. So a WAP is also a form of router. When we get there, I will explain better.
Okay.
All right. So in your day-to-day activity, this WAP here could be your MiFi device that you put in your office, whereby every other persons within the office, you give them password and username to connect through. All right. Or if you are using a switch, your switch is always probably in your server room and you use LAN cable to connect to people. All right. Have I answered that? So let's move ahead. Enterprise network is a bogus form of small office, home office. It's actually large. It is also called corporate network. It could be physical, it could be virtual. All right. And what it does is it enables system and applications to communicate, to share information, to run services and programs, to analyze system performance. So those that work in UBA, is Mrs. Adiola in class? Is it Mrs. or Miss now? Adiola, are you in class? She works in bank. Oh, okay. Maybe she's not in class today, or she'll join us. Those that work in bank, right? Their network is enterprise network, the whole of that bank together, because they have plenty computers, plenty routers, servers that are working together. All right. The enterprise network effectively comprises infrastructures, both hardware and softwares. And this is where we are going. Remember, I said it in our first class that anybody can set this up. In fact, some of you are using this already. All right, some of you are using this already. In fact, as a matter of fact, in my house, in my own home, I have, I think I have two computers. Oh, three. I have a desktop, I have personal laptop, I have official laptop, and they are connected. I have a printer, and I have a Wi-Fi device. I used to connect all these things. I can work from anyone. All right. So in fact, many persons are already using this. Okay. Many of you are using this as well, but not on a sole proprietorship skill. These are organization networks, like corporate network, large corporate network. Like imagine the whole of Globacom in Nigeria. All right. So when I say Globacom, I'm not referring to your CMO. I mean the Globacom administration itself, the staff, both the ones on field, both the ones in office, both the ones at their different branches. The same thing with GT Bank, all right. The same thing with people working with SPDC Shell, all right. Shell Warri, Shell Port Harcourt, Snepco, Shell Lagos, both the ones offshore and onshore. What they run is enterprise network, all right. And enterprise network can also have so now for Soho it is LAN. For enterprise network it is both. It incorporates local area network and wide area network. So let me explain now. uh Look at this diagram. Can you see this? Can everybody see this?
Yes, yes.
Yes, we can.
I want
Yes, we
everybody
can.
to give me
Yes, yes, we can.
plenty feedback, please. More than
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
pass. Okay. So look at it. This is the headquarter of this company. All right. This is their internet, their cloud. They have branches. This was what we tried to explain that day on our whiteboard marker. Okay, this branch might be running on a local area network. Not even might be, they are running on local area network. So let's say this is Marine House, First Bank headquarters in Lagos. All right. This is their branch in Port Harcourt. This is their branch in Asaba. This is a staff that is working from home, that during the lockdown, his or her own role allows him or her to work from home. This is another person that is on the road. Maybe he has gone to service the ATM machine somewhere. This is another employee. So this now, what you are seeing here is an enterprise network. Okay. This line that you see that drew from internet to here, there are many things inside this line. Here you have a router, you have a gateway, here you have a switch that helps them to distribute between the computers here. And what you see here is a firewall that serves as a protection layer between this branch and the internet. All right, so think of enterprise network as internet, except that it is local to your organization. All right, so we have Soho, we have enterprise network. So far, are there questions?
Excuse me.
All right, sir.
What does a firework does? I
Okay,
still don't understand the firework.
all right. So let me see if I can. I'm stopping sharing now so I can access whiteboard. You can see my whiteboard, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So let's assume this is cloud. You can mute yourself now
All right.
while I try to explain. Or let's say it is internet. Now this is a computer, your organization, or let us say it is your branch headquarters where you have a local area network, right? Now, this is another headquarters somewhere else, or a branch office. These are computers. These are computers. Okay, all this 1, 2, 3, 4, they are connected to the cloud where they access the same resources, either database. This computer is querying this place. This cloud could be a data center somewhere, accessing database or file or a web service. This branch also is querying this place. Now, between here and here, many things happen. But one of the responsibility or your responsibility as an administrator is to protect the data of your organization that you are sharing between here and here. All right. So to ensure that there are no intruders, all right, to ensure that virus is not coming, malware, to ensure that there is no leak of information, to ensure that it is the right person you give access to ensure that what is coming from here is what you ask for, then you put a firewall at your gate here. So a firewall is a protection layer around you. Can you get it now? Hello, sir. I'm waiting for you.
Yes, yes. It's
Right.
clear
So
now.
a
It's clear
firewall
now.
is a protection layer around you. Thank you. So let me return to the share. All right. Network infrastructure. So we say network is a connection of two or more computers for them to share resources, to share data, or to communicate. Now, there are things that enables that connection, and that is called network infrastructure. They are referred to all resources of a network that make network or internet connectivity, management, communication, blah, 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 possible. All right. Infrastructure comprises of both hardware and software, system and devices, and it enables computing and communication between users. So when you are discussing and you say, network infrastructure, the person you're talking to should know, or when you hear someone say it, or maybe you're watching a YouTube video, you should know what they are referring to. Okay. It could be hardware, and one of it is the first on it, which is hardware, is your computer. All right. The one in front of you right now, either you are viewing, you join this class from a mobile device or from a desktop or from a laptop. It is your computer, and it's also called your host. It's also called machine, physical machine. You have router. So I said, these of you who have not heard about these things before should just calm down. We're going to explain it. Routers are devices on the network that connect multiple networks together. All right. They are devices on the network that connect multiple networks together. In the olden times, routers are always hardware, physical that you see. But now, by the advent of virtualization, you also have routers that are what? That are virtual machines. Virtual, in fact, they are encoded into some of your servers, right? And so we'll be referring to this. We say routers is what? A device that enable connection between two networks. We say network is a what? Connection of computers. Look at wired workstation here and here. This is a network, right? The cloud is another network entirely. What ensures you to connect the network here to use network here is your what? Is your router.
Router.
Thank you. Okay. We have switches. Switches can be thought of as network controllers. They connect devices such as computers, printers, servers on the network and enable data to be transferred within it. Most of you have seen switches before. You just know that is switch. You just do know that that is what a switch is. So maybe you have passed through your server room and you see something like a rectangular plate with different lights blinking on it, and the cable that you use, that the internet cable you plugged into your own laptop, you saw the other end either in the server room or the switch room plugged. At times they will even go and say, go and check the switch, maybe the cable has pulled out. All right, that is your switch. It helps connection between the computers on a network. See the switch here. All right, you see this item here. Let me see, can I copy this and dump on my white screen if that's possible? Okay, I think I'm unable to. All right, so if I'm unable to, let's come back here and okay. So we know what a switch is, right? Once you come here to read it, come to this place, you will understand from this diagram. What is a LAN card? A LAN card is a type of network interface controller, NIC, where you plug that cable to in your computer, either your laptop or your desktop. That's a LAN card. So when you get to the office, say, okay, please, can you help me pass the internet cable? That your RJ45 pin where you plug it to in your computer and your laptop, it has a LAN card. If it got bad, they can remove it and put another one. It is an hardware device. But now in virtualization, when we get to the point where we will enable your LAN card, I will also show us. And then you will understand that technology has made the world very sweet, right? I can be on my computer, you can be on your computer, and you design an enterprise network with just your computer without the bogus arrangement of the server room, blah, blah, blah. Everything has gone virtual right now, all right? Wireless access point, that person asks, it performs the precise function named for. It helps you to connect with computers without cables. It works like a router, sending device from sending data from one device to another. Like I said, your modem. Okay, is it your modem now? No. Yes, your MiFi.
Modem.
Yeah, your modem, your MiFi device. Exactly, all those fixed, the ones that you buy, you put it on the table, you plug it in the light so you can charge, and then you you have a password you share with your wife and your daughters and children in the house. They can connect through it. Okay. LAN Ethernet cable. I remember someone in class, maybe first or second class, asked me different type of cable, and I told you, don't bother yourself because that's not where we are going. However, I want to give you this general knowledge so that when you are speaking among other IT professionals, you're not going to be lost because this is the essence of this training. Not only you'll be able to click and click, you also be able to communicate effectively, right? So Ethernet cable is a common type of network cable used to deliver internet data or information to the end users via physical RJ45 patch cables. Don't bother your head. That cable I've been talking about since is a is an Ethernet cable or a LAN cable. There are other type of cables. You have the fiber optics, you have the telephone wire cable, you have the HDMI. But in this class, when I say cable, most of the times I'm referring to the Ethernet cable, and it is also virtualized now. Of course, when you are designing an enterprise virtually, it means what it means virtually. But at the point where you're going to enable these things, I'm going to show us, right? So these are some of the physical network infrastructures that are hardware. There are also network infrastructures that are software. You have your network operations and management. They are tools designed to help network system administrators function effectively to manage enterprise network. And that is the first point of call that we are exposing all of you to become Windows Network Administrator. All right, so that your Windows Server 2016, this is one of the things that it does. All right, you have your operating system. Is there anybody here who doesn't know what operating system is? It is a software that acts as interface between computer hardware component and the user. For Windows, you have Microsoft. Sorry, for Microsoft, you have Windows. For Apple, you have iOS. For their iPhones, you have macOS. For their MacBook, you have Linux, and you also have Android, right? Okay, so this is firewall here. I've tried to explain firewall for the person that asked. You can also follow up here. Is a network security system that monitors and controls incoming and outgoing network traffic based on predetermined security rules. All right. So I can say that anything from port, say 8080, I don't want it to enter. All right. Or I can say that any incoming traffic that cannot verify a certificate, don't allow, that does not have a verifiable certificate, don't allow it to enter into my network. Right. Those are forms of firewalls. Okay, they are like security cloud around your system, either your enterprise network or your Soho. Okay. You also have network security.
Sorry, can I ask a question?
So ask your question.
I see. On this firewall, that's why I want to ask a question.
All right.
The firewall acts like a security or a blockage between the incoming and outgoing traffic from your network.
Yes.
Okay. The question is this: What is firewall a software or a hardware?
It's a software, it's a program.
Okay.
Yep.
And the program, where does it reside?
Okay, so it could be in your router. Let me show us this. Look at here. All right. Most times
Okay.
your firewall is built inside here. Okay. Other times
Okay.
it could be built here. Other times it could even be built here in your laptop.
Okay.
That's why it is a software. You can embed it at any point, at any layer. All right. In your computer right now, you have a firewall,
Mm.
right? So either
Yes.
in either in Soho or network enterprise. Now for network enterprise, from the headquarters, they must have built a firewall covering the entire network. All right. So that it is not only the headquarters of First Bank, Marina House or Marina House that you are not able to break into. Even their computer that is as far as in Okrika, First Bank in Okrika in River State, you are not able to even break into it. Do you understand? Because they deal with vital data. If you are able to, you can move the money of someone into another person's account. You can just introduce a malware. Do you get? So most times,
Yes.
however, it can be built into an hardware device. So it's a soft network infrastructure. Is that clear? Hello. 21 persons in class. Please give me feedback.
Yes, that is clear for me, but I have a question.
Please ask.
Olumide, please. Uh, I want to, I want a clarification between firewall and gateway.
Firewall and what?
Gateway.
Okay, so gateway is likened to firewall, but it's not the same as firewall. Just as the name implies, as your gate. All right. Where where I want someone to be able to access my network, where I want you to pass through. That's my gateway. All right. So let me show us that in a whiteboard. So I have my computer here in an office. Let's say a local area network of say 4 computers, right? Let's say this one is a mobile device, okay? And say, let's call this my server, right? Are you following me, please?
Yes.
So let's call this, in virtualization, we call it what? Like I said, the other, what do we call this? in virtualization?
Data center.
No, not data center. We call it a domain, right?
Domain controller.
It's not a controller. This is a domain. This could be the domain controller here or this, but this whole thing, right, is a domain now. So let's say I have another one here. Let's say I have another domain here. Another domain here. Are you with me?
Yes, boss.
All right. This one, this is the server here. It serves this. By now, we know what the server is. So we're not calling everything computer. Okay. These are clients. Okay. This system here can have a firewall around it. This system can have a firewall. This one can have a firewall. This whole system, they can have firewall. All right. But if, can you hear me?
Yes, boss.
Yes, you got it.
If this whole domain here, this network wants to communicate with this, right? I must open the port here for them. That's what I call gateway. All right. So if this system here wants to communicate with this system, let's say D1, let's call this one D2, let's call this one D3. If this system wants to communicate with D2, it can't go like this. No, it must pass through the gateway I opened for them to access this. So if this gateway does not authorize this point, it can't go. The same thing, if this D2 wants to send data or package or query anything here, it cannot go to them directly. It must pass through the gateway I have opened for this my old domain. Do you understand now?
It's understood.
Yes, yes. So it's like a,
The access point.
a communication channel. A
Yes,
communication channel between two machines.
exactly.
Or more machines.
Yes, and most times it is always a port that I opened for them to connect.
Yeah.
All right. If I block that point, nothing is going out, nothing is coming in.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Thank you too. So I'll stop sharing this so I can share my whole screen and then we'll continue. All right. So 1 to 8, like I said, I'm going to give us this note so we can also go through. Virtualization is the process of running a virtual instance of a computer system in a layer abstracted from the actual hardware. Abstracted means that you cannot touch it, you cannot see it. In this system in front of me now, I have a virtual box which helps me to create other machines. All right, this is my item server, is a virtual machine. This is my practice server. I created it 30 minutes before the class to check one or two things. It is also a virtual machine, right? So it is a technology that helps you to break one system to multiple simulated system. Okay. And as I've explained to us before, the other technology is called hypervisor. Okay. A hypervisor interfaces with the hardware and allows operators, you and I, to split one system into separate, distinct, and secure environments. In everything you are doing in virtualization in IT, security is very important. And that is why cloud security is selling up and down now. There are many mushroom cloud security everywhere. Everybody is learning cloud security now because it is very important. It is very important. Maybe one day we are going to incorporate it into our training as well. But for now, the faculty dean has not given us right to do that. But there are also inbuilt security in your virtual machines and the processes to also help you check intruders. Like we have thought before, there are type 1 and type 2. I won't waste time here. I'll just use this diagram. Type 1 hypervisor, like we said earlier, they are bare metal hypervisors. They are loaded directly on your hardware. You can see my mouse, right? See your hardware, see your computer, see your type 1 hypervisor directly in touch with your hardware. Your type 2 hypervisor is also called hosted hypervisor. See it here. See your hardware, see your OS, and then see type 2 hypervisor. The one you are using currently, this virtual box, is a type 2 hypervisor. We already have an OS operating on this my computer, so also on your own computer. And it is one that helps you to abstract these virtual machines from the main host, which is your computer. Okay, cloud. Now, this is what God does here. This is what wants me to explain all these things. I have to take my time to write them, to type them, to find diagrams that explain these things because I also don't want you to go and be join people to say, what if rain fall? What will happen to Nigeria documents in cloud? That is not the cloud they are referring to. So you may have had people using terms like cloud, cloud computing, cloud storage. But what is it especially? It is simply put as internet. But specifically, it is all the things you can access remotely over the internet, right? So when something is in cloud, it means it is stored on internet servers instead of your computer hard drives, right? The computer in front of you, it has hard drives, maybe 500 gig or 1 terabyte or 250 gig. You store things inside. But when you save your picture in your Google Mail, it is already in cloud. So many of you, ages, years ago, you've been using cloud and you're not aware. All right. So when you store things on internet servers remotely, that is cloud. And what it means is that you can access it from anywhere. Even if your computer got burnt, just logging into your Yahoo Mail, you can dig out the pictures you have saved, your CV, your documents you have saved in it. All right. Cloud refers to servers that are accessed over the internet. It also means the software and databases that run on those servers. Okay. Cloud servers are located in data centers. All right. So cloud as an environment is possible because you have data centers. Without data centers, there are no cloud. So even if the documents you save in cloud are not resident in your local hard drives, there's a data center somewhere where it is located. Has anybody here heard about that data center in France that got burnt and many businesses are grounded for weeks? Did anybody hear about it or read about it? There was, I think, in around March or so, a data center in France got burnt, and in matter of days, they activated the replica data center. But before they could do that, it affected businesses. So why do we use cloud? File storage. You can store all types of information in the cloud, including your files and your mails. This means you can access these things from any computer or any mobile device with an internet connection, not just your home computer. Your Dropbox, your Google Drive, they are in cloud. File sharing, you can share file. Okay. You can back up your data. For me, I scanned all my certificates from primary school leaving certificates. Even when I was in the university, when we were still doing uh, manual registration, my yellow form from my university, I scanned everything that I know and I uploaded them into cloud, into Google. Google gave everybody 1 gig. Many of us are not using it. I put it there. So my house in Port Harcourt, God forbid it will not happen. Fire outbreak. My documents, vital documents are what? They are safe. Backing up of what? Backing up of data. Web or mobile applications are possible because of cloud, right? Web applications, can anyone give me an instance of a web app? Can you give me an instance of a web app? It's common around you. We have even used it today. Some of you are using it currently now, so it's because I can't see you.
Google.
Thank you, Google. What other one? Google is more of a web service, yeah. But your Facebook,
Facebook,
thank you.
Zoom.
Zoom, thank you. Your
Instagram.
Instagram, thank you. Those are web apps. They are possible because of cloud. All right. Or is it because you have the mobile app on your system? You think you can just jump into it? No. They are those things are accessible because of cloud. Your email, your Yahoo Mail, your Hotmail, they're accessible because of cloud. All right. Many of the most popular sites are actually web apps, right? So we said data center. Data center is an industrial, highly secured building built with a clear purpose to ensure that computer servers with digital applications run uninterruptibly 365 days a year, 7 days a week, 24 days, 24 hours a day, 24 times 60 minutes in an hour, 24 times 60 times 60 seconds in a minute. All right. You see why we don't have a data center in Nigeria now? Because
Electricity.
God bless you, sir. You don't have the means.
We are
Okay.
planning it.
Recently,
We have
where is it?
Which one?
we have me one. Me one.
Okay,
We
me
have
one
rack
cable.
center. We have
Me
rack
one
center.
cable.
Me one. Yes.
Do you know how much they are burning on power?
They have like 1 million generators,
1 million generator. Hilarious. You know, recently Amazon came to Africa. Do you know where they went to? South
In
Africa.
Egypt.
They went to South Africa to go and put a data
South Africa. All of them are going to South Africa.
because there's
Even
power.
Microsoft is planning to do South Africa.
You
They
get
can't
it.
do Nigeria now.
They can't.
Apart from power, our government
You
is
know,
not stable. They can't do it.
I know, I know, I know. Glow, MTN, all these network GSM, whatever. They have data centers, but I'm not sure if it is their own private one or they are latching on services of companies like uh, Amazon or whatever. But they must have data center. Millions of data of people of all subscribers must be resident somewhere. But wherever it is, I can assure you they are blowing money if it is in Nigeria on power. All right, all these banks as well. Although I know that banks they don't necessarily need to have their own data center. They can just there are companies that offer data center as a service.
CBN has said people should go and every bank should go and interface with some infrastructures like me one. A
Right?
tier 3 data center.
Look at
They
that.
don't want them. So
Shey,
whatever you are running within your private cloud. And again, it means that you have 10 generators. You can't go down.
because a data center must not go down. I mean, that company in France that runs uh, cloud as a service, infrastructure as a service, IaaS, data center. I mean, businesses crashed because of that fire outbreak. Before they could activate the order, I mean, within that 1 hour or few days of downtime, many things has happened. Smart hackers would have been able to prepare something on ground for them. So data center, I have.
I did not hear this company, but I know of Microsoft. Wow. I know within hours, within 1 or 2 hours, they're back up because they have redundancy upon redundancy upon
Of course,
redundancy.
you must have
Like
data
they
centers
have
must
like
back up.
4 data centers that is backing up one data
It
center.
doesn't look exactly, except if you don't do that, dude, the world that we have now is running on data everywhere, and that's why people are doing all sort of courses up and down on data analytics here and there. And even you and I are also here trying to get ourselves into cloud because that is where the world is going towards now. I had Amazon their data center. Let earthquake carry the whole world and let one human being remain and let that person be able to activate a button. All data is back in less than 1 hour. Do you know what that means? Huh? And I also heard that this our Oga too, Elon Musk, wants to go and put data center either
The
in the
space.
moon or in the space. You get
And
because
now, yes, now Microsoft already had their own data center under the water
you get
that was
so
there for years.
it is
That
it
was there
is
for years before they
it is
built it
very
out.
important and they are heavily guarded. I heard of a guy that that got a job with some data centers in
They don't even
US.
allow you to know all of those places.
In
You
US,
won't even know. You won't even know where they are. You just be there.
they said they flew chopper to the point. When they got to the point, he was sharing his experience. He passed through about 7 security checks, and at some point, he was naked. He had to change it to their own wear there, like for what? Because of data center. And that's
Yes,
to show
yes.
you how very important what they are doing there is. All right, so let's move on. We
I
are
have a
done.
question.
All right, please ask your question, sir.
Okay. You made mention of infrastructure as a service.
Yes,
I want to
IaaS.
understand, yes, I want to understand something now. The difference between infrastructure as a service, software as a service, application as a service,
Okay.
and I think there are four like that. I want to understand the distinct difference.
Okay, so IaaS means that I'm only giving you infrastructure to use. Like, may one cable might be supporting uh UBA for data center. And what they are providing is just data center. So I give you
Okay.
access to use my data center. So I'm offering that's IaaS.
So
Software
every other thing you will have to run to build it.
yourself. Exactly.
So, okay, IAS, when they give you power, cooling, and that's just what they give you.
Exactly,
Power and
like
cooling.
exactly. So assuming I'm a renter service, I'm renting canopy. I just rent canopy for you. That's infrastructure as a service.
Okay.
Software and
Okay.
application is together. It means that I could support you with I could build software to run your service for you. All right. And that's why at the last module, no, at the second to the last module, we're going to be taking you through Amazon Web Services. Okay, AWS. AWS offers IaaS. They also offer software as a service. Now, software is I can spin up a web server for you to run. Maybe you are selling land. Instead of you going to build your own website, then find somewhere to host it, then find the data center to be putting data or anything, you can just come on board Amazon platform. I offer you S3 as a data storage, that's infrastructure as a service, IaaS, software as a service. I have templates that can always modify to suit your purpose to give you. So what you just bring is you bring your web pages that you have developed, and then you host on my own platform. Did you get? So I have the, so instead of you to go and be writing using
Codes.
Python to write web code and develop apps, I already have it. You just latch into it, then you tweak it into what suits you.
Okay.
Did you get?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So thank you. Let's move on. What is the difference between virtualization and cloud? Simply put, virtualization can make one resource act like many. Like you have your computer in front of you now. But by second end of this week, we would have created like 2, 3 virtual machines. Everything still residing in one computer, right? Why cloud computing lets it allows different users to access a single pool of resources, right? Virtualization is a technology, why cloud are environment of services. The difference between data center and cloud. Data center is infrastructure. Can you hear that now?
Yes, sir.
And cloud is a service that runs on the infrastructure. Like I said here, where is cloud? Where is data center? Cloud will be impossible without
Data center.
data center. And so we come to the end of all this. There are other many terms, all right, but these are one of the basic ones you hear even when you are watching YouTube video yourself or we are discussing in class. All right. So see this class two. The person that asked for class notes. I also took my time to develop this up to where we are in class. I'll just run it. I know all of you by now have knowledge of this, so let me just run through. Virtualization hands-on. You install your Oracle VirtualBox, which will enable you to create virtual machines. How you will do that? Go to Google, type Oracle VirtualBox online, click on the link and download. Then you install the downloaded file. When you install it, you run it. From it, you can now create virtual machines. But before you begin to create virtual machines, the first thing is what? You download the server, the Microsoft Windows, your Windows Server 2016. You go to Google, you type this, select the link that says Evaluation Center.
Center.
All of you already know this, right?
Yes.
Create virtual machine, how to install it, how to sign into your virtual machine. From your menu bar, you click input, you click keyboard, then you click insert control or to delete, you enter your password. How to maximize your virtual machine display. I remember I didn't show you this, I'm going to show you now. How to promote your server to a domain controller. From your server board, click add roles and features. Then from there, check rule-based feature installation. Check select a server from the server pool. Click on the server you want to make your domain controller. Check ADDS, check DHCP, check DNS, all those things, right? Until you install it. How to rename your server. From your server dashboard, click local server. When you see DC, I mean double click the computer name. Then you click on change. You click on enter custom name, okay, apply, and you restart. I remember I said to us that there are three services that makes a server a domain controller. That is ADDS, DHCP, DNS. So I said I'm going to share this with us. So you can read this ADDS, dynamic, DHCP, and the DNS. You can read them up. They are here. Now, so the dicey part is this. The lectures note that we have, see what you're going to be seeing. You're going to see install VirtualBox. All these ones, you will not see them. You will see create virtual machines. How you do that? You download your server. You will not see all this. Then you create your server virtual machine. You will not see this. Install your virtual machine. You will not see this. You sign into your virtual machines. You will not see how. So you see why I said you have to be attentive in class to make your own note. So this is what my lecture note looks like when I say let us create virtual machines. Because I already know all these things. Download, I show us how to create, install. But because it is our first class, right? So I'm going to, or because it is our first contact rather, I'm going to leave all these things for us. All right. This is a very rich document I'm giving to you because to everything you're going to be seeing, it is here. So what I'll do for us to always follow classes, I will not release the one we're about to do in class. I'm going to release it maybe days after we've done the class so that I can help you to be update so that you won't feel lazy. And then, okay, Shebi is going to give us the lesson note or the class note. Okay. So I'll save this after the class. I'll share it with us. We have done an hour and 15 minutes. Let us use the remaining 45 minutes in class. So far, is there any question? We have 4 minutes to ask. Does anybody have any questions so far? Are we on the same page? Hello, please interact with me.
Oh,
I'm
there's one from here.
I'm fine. I'm fine from here.
All right,
Yeah, I'm fine as well.
thank you. Ayomide, iPhone, Israel, Michael, Olumide, Progress, Remy, Rookie.
Yeah, I'm fine from here. I'm
Yeah,
fine.
I'm fine. Good, yeah.
Okay, so now when you want to ask question or when you want to discuss IT with people outside, please make us proud. Use the right terms. Okay. I know you might not grab it now, and be encouraged to go through that document. All right. So today we are going to be adding a client to our enterprise because we are building enterprise gradually. We have created a server and we have promoted it to a domain controller. Let us add another machine, a virtual machine, and it's going to be a client. You know, server has to serve people, and then the name of people the server is serving, they are called what? They are called clients. All right. But first, let me start this and show us how to maximize. I'm starting my item server that we created. So I expect that when this server loads, can we all see my screen? My server is loading.
Yes.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. This space
Yes.
here, this space here, and this space here, I don't expect to see it. I expect it to be full. Okay. So that's why I'm going to, once this server loads now. So while this one is going on, let us go and show, let us go and see how we are going to download our Windows 10 Enterprise. I just gave us the link on our WhatsApp page. Now, this is how to download it. Go to Google and then type Windows 10 client evaluation. All right. And then you click on the one that has evaluation center. This. Remember the first one we did was server, but this time it is client. So those that work in bank, the one you're running on at your various desk is the client. The server is the one in the server room. All right. So this is it. You come to here, you see ISO Enterprise is what you check. ISO Enterprise, you say continue. Just as we did for server, you come here as well, and then you put your name, everything. Clients can be many, we say 5 to 9. What are we? Are we data administrators? Are we DevOps engineer? Are we IT technical managers? I mean, IT role is many, and it is my joy that few months from now, some of you will be feeling these lucrative roles and be earning good pay, or even working for companies abroad and be earning good pay, right? Put your phone number, your region is in Nigeria, and you say continue. You come here, which bit are we running on? People, 64 bit. You choose the language, English, and you say what? Download. And look at it here. It is what? It is downloading already. But I'm going to stop mine because I already have it downloaded. Is anybody here that has their own downloaded as well? I sent us the link to download it.
I think the link was sent late.
Okay.
I will advise maybe
Downloaded now.
if we have a procedure class and we need a particular program we run, before that class, the link on how to get it that downloaded, so we have it ready.
Yeah, it
We
is.
can follow up as
That's noted.
I think that would be better
Noted.
for
So
us.
you have the link for Windows client and Linux client. Please download it at your time. Okay, so Mr. Israel, I'm going to answer your question later. I can see it on the chat. Right, let's just follow this class now. Okay, so this is my server. You come to input. I'm sure all of you know this by now, how to log in. Remember that this administrator is first a server before I promoted it to a domain controller. Here is the administrator is server, and here is ITAN, the domain. You can have 1 or 2 servers in a domain, but their controller is this one. All right. Does anybody remember our password? I ask you people to please let me write it down. No, I hope this is not where we're going to sleep. Oh, thank God, I remember. All right. So I've shown us how to download our Windows 10 Enterprise. When we get to Linux, I'll show us as well. However, the two links are on our WhatsApp page, so we can pick it from there. We are waiting for my virtual machine to load. So while we are waiting, if you have question, if you have clarification, please go ahead and ask. We're just going to, as from tomorrow, we'll move faster because I expect that as from tomorrow, some of the things I'll be saying are what you already know or what you've already had before by the virtue of what we did earlier today. Okay. So I finally confirmed that it is because I'm hosting Zoom meeting. That's why this thing takes time to load. Because while I was checking out one or two things earlier today, it didn't take so much time. So who can remind us the three resources vital for virtualization?
Your RAM,
The
your
memory,
hard drive, and your processor.
Thank you. Thank you. So the technology that helps you to create two or more virtual machines from a host is called what?
virtualization.
Thank you. Virtualization. So I'm in uh, I'm in Nigeria and I'm able to pull data from a server that is resident in South Africa. What environment am I operating?
Cloud.
Cloud.
Thank you. Okay, so my server, it has not completely, this is my server, but it is yet to, how do I know that it has not uh, loaded completely? Who can tell me? How do I know?
Because your servers, the other servers are not up yet.
Thank you. My
The
DNS, my
TCP, DNS, and
my
mm,
DHCP. All right. So we said that there are three services that enables you to promote a server to a domain controller. What are those services? Those servers. What are
ADDS, ADDS, DHCP, and DNS.
All right.
DNS.
Thank you. So right now I can see my DNS, my ADDS, and DHCP. They are here. So I want to show us how to maximize this server, this stuff here. I don't want to be seeing all this empty space. Either you come to device and you click insert guest additions. Normally I should see a pop-up around here. But if that will not come up, let me try it again. If that will not come up,
Drag
you
that
can
down.
scroll down. See this your folder here. Now, please know that this is a virtual machine. It operates exactly just as your host machine. It's just that this one is virtual. So this stuff, you will see it, don't confuse it for the one on your host. I decided to move my own taskbar here. Most of you, I know your taskbar is at the bottom of your desktop. Am I correct?
All right.
All right. So don't confuse it. Okay. This file here is the file in your virtual machine. This file here, this folder here is the folder in your
Host
host.
computer.
Thank you. So you click here. You click here.
Your mouse clicking anything here.
You said?
Mouse when you were clicking something there.
Yeah, I think it was a system operation that came for. I don't need it, so I closed it. So I clicked my file explorer here. I come to this PC. Don't forget again, we are working in our virtual machine. And because it is a computer, it will look, the environment will look exactly like your normal host environment as well. All right.
Sorry, sir. Can you please go back to the first stage? Because I didn't know how you get to this this particular one that has a quick access, desktop, and download.
Okay. Let me close it then. I don't know why my system is dragging. I think there's a system operation. So let's just give me a moment to let this come in. Let me close this. All right, something is trying to run here. Anyway, how I got here, I just came to File Explorer of my virtual machine and I clicked. That's how this one displayed. But I also want to check something. It is possible that no, I have not enabled the internet card, so you could not be trying to access the internet. Let's just be patient. Okay, not responding. So I know something is wrong once my cursor is disappearing. So let's just give this time for it to. I know this lagging is because of internet connectivity. There's a lot of processes running on this system, but it won't take time. And if it's taking too much time, I'll just power down the. I might just power it down. Okay, that's finally responded. Is Adela in class now? Mrs. or Miss Adela, are you in class? This class is predominantly male. Oh man. Is that you or someone is impersonating you? I think our network is dragging. Okay, so just let's give it a moment for it to complete its processes. I think it does now.
Is it the file explorer on the system or the one on the virtual machine we are going to click on? That is
Okay,
yeah, please.
I already took
I
my
didn't.
time to explain. I said it is the file explorer on your virtual machine, please.
Yes, sir. I can't get the link to that. That's why I'm still confused.
The link to
I
where?
can't see
To
it.
this? You can see a virtual this file.
To the file explorer.
Just scroll down.
Scroll down, scroll down.
Just scroll down.
Okay.
If you scroll down, there are two scrolls.
Yeah.
If you
The
scroll
red
down the
ones.
outer one, you're going to see the file. If I scroll up, I can't see it too. But if I scroll
Okay.
down, I can see.
Okay, I've seen it. I've seen it.
All right, and it is also one of the reasons why I want to show us how to maximize. Because once I maximize now, this outer scrolling, you will not see it again. The whole server will fit into your screen. That's why it is important that I show you how to. I was going to show you during the end of the last class, but I couldn't. So what you do is you come to this file explorer. Okay, that file explorer, you click on this PC. I wonder what's happening with my virtual machine. But if you have your system with you and you are here, it is in that note. How to maximize. Click on the file on the virtual machine taskbar. Click on this PC. You open the CD drive VirtualBox guest addition.
Okay.
Double click on VirtualBox Windows addition. It is the third from the bottom. I think so. It should be the third from the bottom. You click next until you get to install.
Sorry, I have a question.
Okay, please, your question.
Yeah, my question is, I'm running my what's it called now? My old
What's that?
my virtual machine,
All right.
and it has opened, and I can see all the local server, hold servers, ADDS
All right.
on the left side, but I can't see it on the main. What's it called? I can't see it on the main screen itself, but I can see them line up on the left side of the screen. What could have happened?
Scroll down.
Okay, so scroll down.
Yeah, I've scrolled down. It's not there yet.
There are two scrolls. Are you scrolling the internal or the outside one?
I'm scrolling the inner one.
Okay, so I can't think of what could have happened right now. You might have closed
Click
those
on
windows.
dashboard. Click on the dashboard, the one that is dashboard.
Yes, I clicked on it.
Okay. From dashboard, every other thing will be listed. All
Yeah,
the
it is
servers you have.
listed. It is listed, but it is not on the main. What's it called?
I
The
understand what
main
you're saying. It's
screen.
not on the left hand side.
Yeah,
Everything is just so
No,
everything is
it's
just
just
on the
on the
left
left hand
it is
side,
on the
not
it is
on
on
the
the
right
left.
hand side.
right hand side.
It's not on the right hand side that has these small boxes with the green line.
Okay.
I
I
don't know what's happening.
I get what you are saying. Probably you closed those windows because they are small windows. You may have closed them. They are small windows. So what I did there was I powered down my machine and then I'm starting it up again because I don't understand why it is
Because I can see everything. It's telling me that I have 4 rows, server
exactly.
group 1, but I
Yeah.
can't see the remaining. I think I'll be fine, sure.
Don't worry, it's not a major issue.
Okay.
Once I get there, I'll see how I can make you see them. Another thing you can do is power down
Okay,
your machine.
boss, you know what you do?
Yeah.
On the dash, use on the top of that your machine,
Mm-hmm.
you will see a search bar. On the
Okay,
search bar,
I've seen it. I've seen it. It has come up.
it
Oh,
has come up.
all of
Yeah,
them.
thank you. Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
thank you. I've seen it. Thank you.
It is actually a window. You can close them. You can call them out as long as you see them at the left hand side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
So I powered down my machine, my virtual machine, and I'm restarting it again because I don't understand why it's taking too long to drag. But importantly, I need to show us so that you can avoid that issue of scrolling down to go to your file explorer or not being able to see your small windows of your features and your rules. Okay. Uh, while that is happening, while my server is coming up, let us come here and create another machine. So a non-IT person in class, please take me through. Teach me how I can create a virtual machine. This time, I'm not creating ITAN server. I want to create ITAN client 1. So a non-IT person in class, please, will you teach me? I'm up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Where do I click, please?
Go to new.
New.
Yes.
This new here, right?
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Then you can add the name that you want to add.
Let's call it ITAN client 1. What is
Then you go to the version that you want.
the version that I want? How about type?
Just because we are using what's it called, our laptop is
Zoomed.
maybe HP. If you have iOS, you can change yours to iOS.
No,
But since
it
we are
is not a
using,
function of HP or Dell.
sorry, we are
Operating
using
system.
Microsoft, or let's say,
Exactly.
since we are using Microsoft,
Thank you, sir.
so we're going to use that. Then we go to the version.
Okay.
Then we go to, since we downloaded 2016,
Yes.
64, then you click on that.
No,
This one.
this should be window 10, please.
Why
No,
are
since
you
it is
cutting
Windows
out?
10, sorry, since it is Windows 10,
Yes.
yeah, we are using Windows 10, so
Thank
not,
you. Thank
we are
you.
using Windows 10 64 bits.
Thank you. So this is Windows 10 64 bits because it is a client, not a server.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
So what do I
Yes.
do next, please?
Then you click on next.
Thank you. Do I
Then
want to
that
set?
is,
I don't want to use 2 gig. I want to use 1 gig.
so you can reduce that.
Okay. What do I do next?
You leave it the way it is.
Okay. You all still remember why what we explained here, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so you
Since
say
because
create.
of the what's it called, of the file that we're using. So then same thing.
Next.
Next.
Dynamically, we explained this as well.
Yes, next.
Next. Good.
Then if you want your, what's it called, your hard drive to still be your local file, because it's
Yeah.
going to take
50 gig.
the 50 gig from
I
your
want to
local
give it
file. So you
35
can
gig.
reduce it or leave it the way it is. So
Thank you. So do I say
then you create.
thank you? Viola. It's up. So right now I have 3 machines. I have 2 servers and I have 1 client. This one is powered down. This one is running. Okay. So let's come to, I don't need this thing. It's because I didn't shut down properly the first time. That's why I'm still saying that. Okay, so thank you very much, Oga. So who is going to help me now to install my client? Another
Sorry,
person.
I have a question.
All right, sir.
Yeah. Concerning the RAM and the
Hard drive.
hard drive,
Yes, sir.
is it like, let me, I have 500 gig on my laptop,
Yep.
and for the server that I first created, I assigned 35 gig to it,
Okay.
and the clients now, I'm also assigning 1 gig RAM and 35 gig hard drive.
Yes.
Is it also taking, that will be 70 gig now from
Yes,
the hard
sir.
drive?
Yes, sir.
will it not be affecting my the performance of my laptop when
Are you scared?
I'm scared
Why?
because
But I
my
don't think so. I
almost
don't think it's
I
going
had to
to.
go and create I had to go and create that 35 gig for the server before I can install it. Thinking I might not be able to install it if I don't create that enough hard drive.
No, you can drop it to 10 gig if you feel 25 gig is too much because this is for practice purpose.
Okay.
All right. But in real life, your server has enough gig for it. Your company organization, they have enough. In fact, you might be creating your server on cloud and it is one data center that is hosting it. You don't have to bother about
This
uh, the size.
okay.
Did you get?
That's noted.
But now that I've assigned 35 gig, this one 35, this one 35, this one 35. That is
105.
105 gig out of my total whatever. All right. But this is for practice. The moment I delete this, they release my gig back for me.
Okay.
Did you get?
Noted.
Yeah.
Yes.
And even when I power them down, because this is powered off now, my gig is back. When I power it down, it takes it back from my host, the machine.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Okay, so okay, I think this is fluid now. This is fluid now. This is fluid, right? So I say you come down to this point, you click on this file explorer. Bless you. My file explorer has loaded. You click on this PC. Is everybody following me? We want to maximize our server, all right? So that this space here and space here would be no more. We can now have our server fill the screen of our machine. I I clicked File Explorer on my virtual machine, and I clicked on this PC. All right. Then you come to
CD drive.
CD drive. You double click. We're waiting for it to respond. I know this is taking time because of other heavy software that is running. Okay.
Hello, sorry, can I ask a question?
Please ask while we are waiting.
Okay, so on my machine, I cannot find v, virtual Oracle virtual box on it. I found the OS, the server OS on the server ISO. So I eject it. What was I supposed to do to get the?
On your machine, I didn't understand. On your virtual machine, right? Your server,
Yes, yes.
your domain controller. What do you want to do?
I'm following you.
Okay, so did you click on File Explorer
Yes.
and then you come
So
to this
this
PC
PC. Yes.
and you didn't see that virtual box?
No.
Okay, so
I only saw the OS ISO I used to mount it.
did
Same
you
with me.
did you click on devices insert guest addition CD image
Before
before?
that,
Yes, you
no,
have
no,
to do this.
no.
Click on device and click on insert guest addition CD image. When you do that, that's when you can now come to, that was the first thing I showed us.
Where
That's when you can
is
now,
that one located, sir? Can't find it here.
devices. Devices is on your VirtualBox menu bar.
Okay.
And then you come down to insert guest additions CD image.
Okay. Okay, it's there now.
It's there now.
Yeah.
All right. So let's move on. So I said the third from the bottom. This VirtualBox Windows addition. All of us can see me. You double click on it. All right. If you double click on it, it will ask you to install one or two things. Okay, so it has come. Welcome to Oracle Virtual Machine VirtualBox Guest Additions 6.1.22 setup. You say next. All right. Destiny folder. You say,
I am getting lost. Sorry, boss. I'll take you back, man.
okay, so
The third one, Abi.
please mute yourself. You are now
I
asking us
can't still
questions.
see the CD drive. The ah,
Please mute yourself, please. Okay, so I'm asking
Yourself,
you.
oh,
We are not watching football right now.
please, can you go back
Please
to
mute yourself.
the CD drive virtual boss guest, please? From there, I could pick from
Okay,
there.
so I said
I'm
before
lost.
you come to File Explorer, first go to Devices and then
Done that.
activate your CD drive. Click on it. Devices, your CD drive. Then you can now come to your File Explorer. When you come to your File Explorer, click on this PC. When you click on this PC, you will see CD drive D, Virtual Boss Guest Additions. If you double click it, it will bring you
Yes.
here. All right.
Okay.
If it brings you here, double click on the third file from the bottom, VBox
Okay.
Windows Additions.
Okay.
If you double click it, this is where it will bring you to. Welcome to Oracle Virtual Box Guest Additions.
Yeah.
Are we on the same page now, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
All
yes.
right. So if you click next, you ask it to install. It will do the installation now. So while it is installing, let me show you here. Maximize virtual display. From your menu bar, click device, insert guest additions CD image. Click on the folder on your virtual machine taskbar. Click on this PC, open CD drive. That means you double click on it. Then double click on virtual box additions. Then what? Click next until you get to install. Check reboot now and finish. And that is what you will find here. We click next until we got to what? We go to install.
I'm rebooting now.
Your system is always faster than our own. It's like we'll come and borrow this your system for the class henceforth. Or we'll make you a domain controller so you can host from your end.
I will host every other person, Abi.
Done
Yes.
that. No. Mhm.
You have a question, please ask. Okay, so while this one is happening, can we go back to our virtual box? Anybody wants to teach me how to install my client. I've downloaded it successfully. I've created a new virtual machine, which is going to be a client.
I think you go
Start
to
start it. Start it.
No, I
you go
don't
to
want
start.
an IT person. I want a non-IT person to teach me.
Shall
It's
we?
the non-IT person that is talking.
Are you not the one that took us how to create this?
No,
Yes.
no, no.
Yes, I was the one that.
No, another person. Another person.
Okay, another person. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Click on start.
Thank you, sir. Start, right? Okay. I'm on start.
Okay, click on the folder. That folder, yes.
Okay. What do I
Then
do next?
go to add.
Okay, add. What do I do? This is add.
Then we go to where the Windows 10 clients where the download is.
I think this is it.
Okay, open it
Okay, it's
and
here.
and choose.
I should
Click
choose it.
on
Okay. What do I do next?
then start.
Thank you very much, sir. Excellent. I'm glad that we are all following this class. I'm glad it's interesting. So I expect my system to be dragging. Okay, so this one that we are doing here is saying rebuild now, finish. So it's going to rebuild, it's going to reboot my server. Okay, why that one is happening? Let's check our client. Okay, it's trying to run. So if we successfully install our clients, as from tomorrow, we'll move faster than this. Tomorrow, what we're going to do is maybe we'll create one more client tomorrow. And then what we'll do now is we'll ensure that the two of them, the client and the server, they are communicating. We'll network them. Server drive is starting. Restart anyway. I want you to restart. This is my client. This one is still running. Okay. Anybody ask question? Please ask. Feel free.
After the uh, the proceedings we did earlier on,
Yep.
after clicking on the drive CD drive,
Yeah.
then after it has been installed, then the other ones I have displaying on it now, he said, would you like to install this device software? Then I see install, don't install. So what is the next thing to do?
It is install, please. Oh, you didn't see us when we click the install. It is install. That's what we want to do. You install it. All right. This one is still restarting. Our virtual our client machine is also trying to load. The two of them are trying to load. This one is rebooting. This one is a fresh installation. All right. For some of you, it might be faster, it might be slower. It depends on your infrastructure. All right. Depends on the resources that you have. That's why I encourage you use 1 gig for the RAM of your virtual machines if you have 4 gig total on your host. Otherwise, it will frustrate you if you use 2 gig. It might be shutting down or it will not even run. Okay. So just the same way we installed our server,
Windows 10.
that same process we used to install our client. Is anybody asking question? Okay, see our client is asking us for this. The language is English, US, time and currency, English, US, keyboard is English. We say next. Are we to install? Yes, install now. The setup is still going on fine. This one is still also trying to attach, apply setup. Okay,
Excuse me, sir. I have a question, sir.
please go ahead and ask your question, sir.
When we are downloading the Microsoft client, are we going to download the Microsoft evaluate, go to the Microsoft Evaluation Center, or the one we try Windows 10 Enterprise on Microsoft Evaluation Center?
They have brought from evaluation center.
Okay.
Yes.
So which one do I go for? The try
Windows
Windows 10.
10. Yes. Try Windows 10.
Okay.
Yeah. When you get there, you scroll down to ISO Enterprise.
Okay.
Okay, so our server has rebooted. We come to Control Alt Delete. Ensure you don't forget your password. Let's go and check this. Oh, this one has gotten here. I accept and I say next. It's a custom installation. All these ones we've done before together. So it's not an issue. This one is preparing my windows. So in our server, we are trying to maximize to ensure that it fills all this space here. And in client, we are installing a fresh one. Mr. Aaron, this is where
Yeah,
you
boss.
need to shine, oh. Which,
I've done.
oh Lord have mercy. I was going to ask you which percentage are you, you're even done. It's well, oh. Okay. So, all right. Anybody that needs clarification at this point, we we have actually done for today to show us how to install this. Or you have any question on any of this? Like I said, I'm going to share this with us. Okay.
One more question.
Please ask one and more.
After downloading the Windows 10, sir,
Yes,
is it
sir.
going to write Windows 10 on it, or is just going to come up with like a number, then
Exactly. To come up
release?
with its own.
Okay.
Let me
Thank you.
show you how
Okay.
it might come.
Okay.
Downloads, softwares, iTime softwares. See it here. See all
Okay.
the
I've
numbers.
seen it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It's about 4.5 gig.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so at this point, I expect that this my screen has maximized, but not to worry, it does like this at times. It does like this. Ooh, 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 ooh,
It's not
ooh.
something like full screen now.
You said?
I saw something like full screen when you were checking all these things.
Oh,
No, the
here.
second to input. Yes, yes.
Okay, this full screen, what it will do is you will not even see the menu bar. That's the
Oh,
maximize. But for
okay.
maximize, you will still see your menu bar. You won't see all this space here, and you won't
Okay.
have to scroll
Yeah, mine is
down.
like that now.
Yours is like how? You are seeing this space?
I'm not seeing the space anymore.
Oh, that means your own has worked, right? Who
I
else has
think
been able
so.
to do theirs and they are still seeing this space? Okay, because I know my system is I'm sure it's because I'm hosting.
I'm still seeing the space after I finish the whole thing.
It has rebooted, so don't fear. Maybe if you restart and you walk, at some point you won't see it again. All right, because that's how it used to be. All
So you
right.
mean the white environment
This white.
will disappear?
Can you see my cursor?
Yes.
This white here, this white here. You won't see this blue screen. Will actually fill all these
Everywhere.
pieces.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the difference we expect to see. And what that means is you won't have to scroll down, down, down some of this stuff.
Another thing I want to ask is
Please.
this OV OVR
Oracle virtual,
OVB.
just call it your virtual box, your VP. The old here is
Uh,
Oracle.
okay, so how long can we do? Is it available for how long? For 1 month or
I think for a year or so. I think for a year. Yeah.
what is okay? Actually, it's taking the resources from the environment.
We can always re-download now when the term elapses. You re-download and redo your setup again.
If it
But
is on
we
the
could.
same, if it's on the same machine, you might not be able to.
I will format the machine, rename the machine.
A guy, you it is well.
No, it's for a purpose. I will just back off the machine, format the machine.
Okay. Like, look at my own Windows. My Windows server is valid for 174 days more. So the fact that I deleted that other virtual box you saw then did not even affect the fact that this thing is remaining, because it is working with my
Your resource.
exactly, not even resource. There's a number, Mac
The
number.
Mac ID.
Exactly, the Mac ID. That one doesn't change it, and that's how they are able to tell that this system
This guy has been here before.
here before. Exactly. So that's how they're able to know, right? All right. So we might
Okay,
But
can we?
there are experts that can also alter.
Sorry, I want to ask. Since
okay.
it's like that, can we run this thing on maybe external hard drive?
No. You
Install.
cannot run it.
What about if we install OS on external hard drive?
Yes. And
Run
then you
everything.
run it on it. Of course,
Yes.
you can do that too, because it is not treating that external hard drive as your local host drive.
Yes.
But I'm not sure if the MAC number will still change.
Okay.
I'm not
But
sure.
you know, like this virtual machine now,
Yes,
it doesn't have a serial number.
it does. We'll
It
get to
doesn't.
that point.
The serial number is 0.
Okay, but it has.
Yeah.
Every machine has a MAC address too.
Yes, it does.
Every
It
machine
has a
has a Mac.
way. It has a way that you can be able to identify it as long as it is on this. So Oracle does. You know, Oracle is what enables you. This virtual box is what enables you to have this
To
machine.
virtualize.
Exactly. Each one of these have their own
The
special
moment
number.
you create one, you assign a MAC
You
address.
get it has it.
There is a MAC address, but there is no serial number. You can just click on one. Let's see. Just open one of your machines. You take us through it.
Sorry, why are we saying all this? Is it that after 6 months we won't be able to do any other thing again?
Oh well, after 6 months, you might have to go and buy this thing we are using. We are using a free tier of this thing.
Okay. So how much is this?
I really don't know how much is it, but
Okay. I want
after
to
6 months, why do you want to buy? When you're working for an organization, your company buys it and you use it.
So that's what I want to say. Virtualization, cloud, all of these things are sweet to hear, but they cost money.
They cost.
Sometimes they will lure you in with some freebies, and you like the environment, you're already doing so many things on it. And when the time to pay for it comes, they cost a whole lot too.
But
These are the reasons why some
for
organizations,
Amazon
uh,
is not that costly,
yeah,
and that's why Amazon is leading. I mean, Amazon has a major share of the
sure,
cloud
yes,
computing across the whole
yes.
world. They are ridiculously cheap. Most people that now have
Because no, none of us will buy these services. Before we finish this training, we will all get a job that will give us environment to work for.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. You
And
know,
then
but
just take it by faith, bosses.
because okay, so I as a person, I'm planning to begin to host for people, and I don't even need anything. I just need to go to AWS, pay a sum, and have like 2 to 3 customers I'm hosting for. They'll be the one to even end up paying for my own whatever, and I'll still make gain. All right. If you go to Fiverr, you go to Upwork, you see young people doing this. All right. They host for your small enterprise, your SME seamlessly. Do you understand? So it
All
is
those
not
small
cheap.
SME and
It
MSME.
is not free, but it is not expensive. Right? It is not free and it is not expensive. Like when I was taking my class, during my time, my former class, I was taking them through DevOps, and I left my EC2. EC2s are web servers. I left it on. After a month, they charged me about 23 cents. That's not up to
After a
$1.
month,
Yeah, after a month, 23
wow.
cents. That's not up to $1. All right. But that's because now imagine the billions of people using the service across, and that's because the portion I use is actually small. All right. So imagine companies using them. They are making a whole lot of money. But
Question.
all right, please go ahead.
Please, my server manager is on
Okay.
and it's telling me updates available.
Update available.
Yes.
How is it able to tell you update? Did you enable any of your network adapter?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Now it's telling me the updates are available that
Because
required updates need to be installed.
did you I'm
Let
coming.
me check for updates.
Are you using MacBook?
No, I'm using what's it called?
Is it the sign that's like exclamation mark?
No, it's not saying exclamation, it's just saying update
No, I'm
available.
seeing, I'm seeing a sign beside something like flag like this. I clicked on it. It's telling me post deployment configuration required for DHCP server at 20.
Oh, okay. You have not completed making your server domain
Yeah,
controller.
controller, yes.
That's what is happening to you. But the person that
I've
is
not
telling you, you have not completed your installation. You are trying to make your server domain controller. If you don't do that, if you don't address those notification, what you call flag is notification. If you don't address it, your server is not yet a domain controller.
So how do I go? How do I go about that?
You have to watch the video, please. You cannot
Sir,
go back to that now. You
But
I have a
don't,
question.
I followed everything up to. Okay, no
yes,
problem.
You can go to
you
the
are
WhatsApp.
you are in
There is a
line, no.
process.
You are in line, no. You have not made any mistake. It's just that you didn't complete.
Actually, I've not finished the video. Actually, no, I told you I just
Uh-huh.
started.
Yes.
Just started.
Oh, that's Mr. Saeed, right?
Yes.
Yes, you are doing
Sir,
well. It's
I
not as
have a
though you're
question.
out of line. It's just that you have to finish it up. Please
Okay,
ask
no
your
problem.
question.
Yeah. After downloading my Windows 10,
Yeah.
trying to install it, I now got to a point that I say, which type of installation do you want? Upgrade installation Windows and keep files. The other one is
Custom.
custom install Windows
Custom.
only. Okay,
Custom.
thank you.
And you know why we are using custom? Because it's a fresh installation. It's going to only install
Okay.
from, we're not trying to repair a broken virtual machine. That's why we're using custom. All right, so people, we've come to the end of the class. What we did here is to maximize. I'm sure by the time this my system loads, I won't see this space. Like Mr. Aaron said, he is not seeing this space. All right.
Yep.
If I keep working on this machine, and at some point, if I do something, it restarts and comes up again, I also will not see this space again. Let me do something. Oh well. The person watching movie, can you please mute yourself? Yeah, thank you. All right, guys. So I'll leave you here so that uh my client machine, virtual machine, can also complete installation. Please continue with your own installation as well. Tomorrow we'll move faster now because we have finally left the jungle. We are now on the express. All the feedback I got today is we know how to do the installations. So basically, installation is one of the major things on Anson. If you're able to install successfully, to navigate around is just to click. All right. As long as you know what you want to achieve, you know where to click and to click. So from
Going to
tomorrow
get
we move
the
faster.
sir, the notes, are we going to get it on the email, or what platform are we going to get the notes you made for us?
I'll send you the notes on the WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yep. All right. If you want to power down your system, come to file. Sorry, if you want to power down your system, come to, I'm coming. What am I doing? No, here. File, here, close. Don't say save the machine state. Check power off your machine. Can you hear me, people?
Yeah.
Power off your machine. All right. This is the difference. If you say save the machine state, huh? Okay, let me say for this one now. If you say save the machine state, from your virtual box, if we want to work on network adapter, you see that adapter 1, adapter 2, 3, and 4 are graded out. That's because this machine is running. If it is in a saved state, it will also be graded out. You will not be able to address it. And that's why that person that says his machine is asking for upgrade, I wonder how it was able to access the internet, because all the adapters here have not shown you anything about it. That's why I'm trying to ask. Maybe he has seen previous videos, he knows how to enable adapter. All right. Because that is what helps you to use your host internet connection. This practice server is in a powered off state, right? If I say settings and I come to network, you see that these adapters are open, right? Adapter 1 is always for host only adapter. If I come to adapter 2, I say enable and I check NAT, network, NAT network or NAT, right? It means that I have opened a port. Remember when we talk about Ethernet card? That's a physical device. For this one, this is the virtual one of this. So if I click on this NAT network, I come to advanced, I check cable connected. You see now, when we said that,
Imaginary cable is connected.
exactly, imaginary cable virtualization, you're getting it. Cable connected, right? I'm coming. All right, I think it is NAT, not NAT network. Cable connected, and I say okay. If I say okay, I have opened this system to internet. So I've said what I've said that it can now use the internet on my host machine. If I power it up now, I can access internet from this machine, accessing different things from here and different from my main host machine. These are one of the beauties of virtualization.
Okay.
All right.
Sir,
But don't
I want to
worry,
ask a question.
we're
I
going
don't
to
know if
get
we'll
there.
get there, Sha, but I want to ask it now.
Okay, please.
Okay. Just the way you've powered off that machine now.
Yep.
Maybe you, I don't know. How will I ask the question? On the machine, maybe you set it, enable all the enabling,
Yep.
assign IP address, make the IP address public, and you power off the machine.
Yeah.
Can you RDP that machine? Can you remotely, can you do remote desktop to the machine from another access point?
No, it is powered off.
Okay.
Yeah, it is powered off. And
But if
remember, the client.
when it's
Yes.
powered on,
Yes.
and your host is locked, you understand the question?
What do you mean host is locked?
Your machine, the machine you are hosting them
Yes.
is locked, but the virtual machine is powered on.
Yes. As long as I enabled that NAT,
Uh,
right? And I opened the gateway. Remember when we were talking about gateway?
yes.
And I opened the gateway, they can communicate.
I can remote to the machine.
You can remote, you can do your SSH into it. You can securely connect with it as long as
Okay.
I enabled those adapter points. All right.
Oh,
So
sir, I want you, sir, I want you to show me how I can switch them off because I wasn't looking, I didn't get it then. So
okay,
I think,
look at it.
yeah.
You come to file from your machine, your virtual machine, file, close.
no.
You say power off machine. You will naturally find this at save machine state checked. All right. But I said instead use power off your machine and say okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Did you get that now?
Yeah.
Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
All right. So do you get that now? Who else has been able to maximize his or her virtual machine?
Yes, I maximize mine.
It worked, right?
Yes.
Okay. I just need testimonies so that you won't
To
think.
enable the adapter, sir, are we
Yes.
going to put it in a power off mode or we run it?
It's going to be in power off mode before you can enable other adapters. The only adapter that you can enable at running state or saved state is your host only adapter. But don't worry, we'll get to that point. I just show you one of the reasons why it should be powered off.
Okay, sir.
But don't worry, we'll get to that point. This is what we'll do tomorrow. All right.
All right, sir.
Yeah. So I'm glad that another person is who else? We have two persons that have been able to maximize. Who else has been able to maximize? This one, my own too will maximize. So it's not as though nothing is wrong with my machine. It's just that this host in front of me is doing a whole lot of things. All right. So we've come to the end of the class. My while some of your own clients is already sleeping and resting, mine is still on the road though, 62%. But it's okay. All right. Thank you everybody. We have come to
Thank you so much for the class. Oh, when are you sharing the document so we can
immediately.
just read through?
Immediately, please.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good night.
Yep.
Good
Thank you
night.
so much.
All right, guys.
Any please.